Yeah, and some people struggle with talking about that early on. It's not an easy topic. Some people have debt from college and some people don't. And going into a marriage, that's very important to have that conversation, especially early on.
Sarah Tefteller.
Hello.
Welcome on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Longtime employee of the bank.
Of Generations Bank.
Who's been here longer?
Ooh,
She has.
Wow.
just had my 7 years.
Yeah.
It's a
Did you
long
just
time.
have your 7 years?
Yeah, July 10th. I know.
What do you get at 7 years around here? What do I have to look forward to?
Some vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just extended
After 5
some
years?
more.
7 years of bliss.
That's right.
That's what you have to look forward to. Great, fond memories,
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
good times.
I know a lot about people.
Yeah. That's very true.
7
Been
years.
around a
You're
while.
you're
She's a-
tenured.
She's a vet.
Yeah. Well, welcome on, Sarah.
Thank you.
You
Thank you,
work
guys.
in our Fayetteville branch.
In the Fayetteville branch, commercial loan officer. Guys hired me after college. I was a credit analyst for about 2 years and moved me into lending. And so been in lending for about 5 years now and really enjoy it, getting out in the community and meeting people and just kind of giving back and getting to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've had a pretty significant change, as we alluded to at the very beginning.
I have. I got married about 2 months ago and bought a house and just living the fun life of getting married and all the changes. It's been fun.
Oh, the American dream.
That's right.
A family and a home.
White
That's
picket
right.
fence.
That's right.
Well, that's great, and congratulations.
Thank you.
again.
Thank you.
So, an exciting time that you've been through here recently.
Exciting. Lots of stuff going on. Very busy. Some stress, just a lot.
Just
a lot in the last year.
a little
lot
bit.
of changes. Just
Yeah.
a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's why you guys went on a honeymoon, right?
We did.
That's why
we
you
did.
go on a honeymoon. It's
That's
just
right.
like the ultimate, exclamation point on the end of
It was.
a very long.
It was 2 weeks
arduous
of relaxing.
Well, that's great.
Now, when you met Justin,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like a country music song, right?
I mean, it was pretty good.
Like a Luke Bryan song
Yeah, I mean, when your grandma introduces you, I mean, it's
from
you
your
know,
hometown.
From my hometown. He had a cute little dog walking outside. Grandma thought he was cute. She called me up and told her she had good
That's a
taste.
smash radio hit right there. If we could just
We've got to bottle that up.
bottle
Yeah.
that up, send it out to Nashville.
It's pretty good.
I'll text Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Brian
Yeah.
Combs.
Yeah, Combs.
Bunch of them out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to drop the knowledge that I might have their phone because I don't. But
Didn't you see Luke Bryan on vacation one year?
I did. He was at the beach.
I
His
remember that.
house. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that.
yeah, is that his
Yeah.
house?
That's really
His
cool.
beach house.
And
Yeah.
he was like,
He didn't want to talk to
Yeah,
anybody.
he's on vacation.
I mean, personal, family
I
life.
get it.
I get it.
Max gets it when he's out,
Yeah.
So many people want to come up and get a selfie, and he's the same. He's like, "Come on, guys, I'm just trying to get some groceries
I will for the kids.
for the kids. Autograph,
Yeah. Unlike LeBron.
sign the forehead."
That's right.
But, yeah, so an exciting and kind of crazy time here recently for you. And as we alluded to as well, you had to change your monogram, which is huge. It's a big deal.
I did. I went from an L to a T.
Yeah, and we gained some letters,
Yeah, we did.
some serious letters.
Yeah, I mean, I have to really think hard when I sign it in cursive now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of loops.
Did you have?
Yeah.
Did you have to practice several times beforehand?
I did. I
Okay.
did. Yeah. I still, accidentally say Lynch instead of Tefteller, but
Yeah.
So, like loan docs, are you Tefteller or Lynch?
I'm Tefteller now.
Man,
It's changed and all.
but your internal email's still Lynch,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, I can't change that for some reason.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But you went and got
That's tough.
new social and
Man.
all that.
Social, driver's license.
All
the
of
guys
it.
have it
Those
easy,
are
you
fun
know?
places.
You guys don't have to change anything.
Oh my gosh, I know. I feel so
Y'all don't
sorry.
have,
Yeah.
y'all can't complain.
I mean, you're at the DMV for a while. figuring
And
that
Social
stuff
Security
out.
office.
Yeah.
That place is worse
Yeah.
than DV.
The two places where they are expedient in how they operate.
But I will say this: you go to the DMV once, get all this stuff changed, and then we'll do the rest for the rest of your life. You got Justin to go to the DMV for you, get your tags,
That's right.
register.
Yeah.
It's his
You do it
role.
online these days.
That's true.
You don't have
sure
to go
can.
in anymore.
That's true.
Pretty nice.
I know. We finally got our government to use the internet. It's amazing.
About time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took 40 years, but 30. But anyways. Well, I know as you guys, how long, so you got engaged when?
Actually, a year ago yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you celebrate that yesterday?
Probably no. We've got too many anniversaries
fair.
now. You got engagement, original dating.
Good. I feel like that's a good one to not celebrate.
Yeah.
And good one for him to not get in trouble
right.
for not celebrating.
That's right.
Yeah, give him a pass on
Yeah,
that one.
he deserves a pass there. Okay. And then you dated for, let's see, you dated for how long? You were engaged for how long?
We dated for about 3 years, 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, and then had an engagement for a year, and so we've been together total now 4 years.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
And you brought up the finance question when?
No one ever likes to talk about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was pretty early on. We were both older when we met each other, and we both have finance degrees, both business, and it's something that, I felt like was important to have early on in life. We've kind of figured out independently how to spend money, and I think it's just kind of something that was easy to talk about. We both were very similar on a lot of things. We're not big spenders. We both like to save and have goals for what we want to buy. And that was something that was actually pretty early on and easy to talk about.
That's great. So what was it like for the first time? I mean, did you guys, you mentioned that it was easy, but was it something that you sat down and said, hey, we're going to set out a specific time to discuss this, or was it just kind of casual through your conversations?
I think it was kind of casual. We each talked about, how much money we make, a salary, and it was just kind of, from there it's kind of like, okay, so what's your next goal? We neither one of us owned a house, so we both knew that was something that we were each saving up for, and eventually wanted to be able to buy a house when we got married. So yeah, it was an early on conversation. It's something that we both kind of talked about and knew that that's what we wanted to do is save. So
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big curtain that gets pulled back. All right, let's talk about this. How much debt am I inheriting?
Yeah.
What's going to happen here? Those are big questions, and you don't know till you talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like you'll have healthy conversations if you bought a house going into your marriage and had a good plan and prepared well.
Yeah, and some people struggle with talking about that early on. It's not an easy topic. Some people have debt from college and some people don't. And going into a marriage, that's very important to have that conversation, especially early on, kind of knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, because you're kind of tied to them for a little while after that.
That's true.
That's right.
Well, we know as being bankers that it's very delicate to talk about,
It is.
and personal.
It is.
Whether you're doing well or not, it's delicate. So
It is, and yeah, it can be uncomfortable if you make it uncomfortable. But some people just naturally are inclined that way, and so one of the things that's said, unfortunately, a lot of times is you can divorce your partner, but you can't really divorce the bank,
Right.
and that's that's just kind of part of it. So it's a great note as someone's kind of looking into
Yeah.
bringing on a life partner here
Absolutely.
and having those conversations up front. So, so what sort of approach did you guys take then for? And I know some of the stuff you probably worked out post marriage, but you got 2 months under your belt.
Yeah.
You know, on did you guys decide, hey, we want to bring our bank accounts together, have some joint accounts? You know, from a credit card standpoint, what did that look like?
Yeah. So that's also kind of along the same lines. We talked about that earlier on. And, you know, we both believe that being married is, you know, what's mine is yours and yours is mine. And we join them together. And, yeah, that was also an easy conversation. And we both have similar ways of doing things. So it wasn't really a hard thing. You know, credit cards, same thing. We're tied to each other. So
Yeah. Did you realize what what your husband's credit score was when you guys applied for a house? And you're like, oh, that's great. Or, oh,
come on, what you been doing?
interesting.
yeah. No, I mean we all kind of had those conversations, and he's solid. So you know, I'm being a banker.
I was going to say it'd be intimidating to be married to a banker. You know, they can see right through it. Like, they just need a snapshot, and they can tell a lot about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a loan officer, you pull a lot of credit, and it can be bad. So
yeah.
You have to know early on.
Yeah. That was a first date conversation.
That's right.
What's your credit score?
Did you say, does it start with a 4? Is that what you said?
Well, we are at Applebee's, so that explains a lot.
How about I'll pay for this one? I'll pay for the sliders this time. So, well, that's great. You know, and
2 months. Do you guys budget? Budgeting is so hard.
Yeah, you know, and going into buying a house, you know, that's different, having a mortgage, and we both came from apartments, and so, you know, buying a house and combining everything, just figuring out what each other has, and I'm a finance person, so I have a spreadsheet, and I know what we spend each month. I know what the electric bill is, the cable bill, you know, everything detailed out, so that you do know what you're getting into and what bills you have and what's your fun money and what you're saving. So
Did you guys start? You said you talked about it early, but did you start talking about it prior to engagement, or do you talk about post engagement?
Yes,
Did
absolutely.
You really? Prior, really?
Yeah.
But prior to engagement, y'all were like,
We had dated for a while.
Y'all dated for a while.
Yeah. So we dated for a while, and we did long distance for 2 years. So that was definitely something that we had talked about early on.
Good for y'all.
Yeah.
All right, another question for dating. Did he pay every time, or
He did?
Oh.
Yeah. I would try, but you know, he's a gentleman.
would he let you get to the counter and then go, "No, I got it"? Or,
no, he was. Yeah, he was good.
he boxed out at the counter.
He was good. He was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good for Justin.
Good gentleman.
Good for Justin.
JT.
He always tells me, no, not
JT's
really.
a great
but he
little
always says
nickname.
I'm a cheap date, you know, because I just eat chicken.
I do know that about you.
Chicken
You have
tenders,
you have
french fries. I'm pretty.
a limited palate.
Yeah, I'm a pretty cheap date. So I was like, you know, you have it pretty good.
Not
so.
bad.
Yeah, it's great. You know,
Josie?
no.
I mean, I can go for a good steak every now and then, but you know, I'm a chicken girl.
We were at one point, you know, she never finished a meal for like a good period of time, and I was like, "Why are we ordering 2?"
Yep. You hit a point.
Yeah, just tell me what you want, and we'll just order one. And she's like, "No, we can't. You know, we can't share. What if you don't want what I want?" And I'm like, "I don't care. I just you get whatever you need, and we'll figure it out."
Well, my favorite is Justin's not big on eating desserts, and I'm a big dessert person.
Oh, so y'all are.
So when I get a dessert, I'm like, you know, do you want a dessert? And he's like, no, I'm good. And then, you know, a guy's bite is a lot different than a girl's bite. And I'm like, hang on now. You gotta order your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Very fair.
You're gonna eat all my dessert.
That is Allie.
So you are. I don't know how we get into this, but so you would order a less expensive meal and a more expensive dessert if you had your way?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Ice cream?
Ice cream, I love it.
That's your go-to?
Yeah, it's my go-to.
Andy's?
Andy's, Maggie Moo's. Yeah.
Maggie
Man.
Moo's.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Maggie Moo's in a while. There's only that one down in Fayetteville.
Shakey's. Is it Shakey's or Shakes?
That's the question of the century.
It shakes to me.
Okay.
I don't know why it would be Shakey's, but
It's
people call it
been
that.
referred
They do.
to that way.
They do.
maybe we can get the Shakey's CFO on here.
Yeah.
See it.
We got to figure this out.
Ask
There's
him
got to
which
be
it
a
is.
pronunciation somewhere. Well, anyways, getting back to the topic of conversation here. All right, wedding planning. So, what was that like for you? Is that something that like your parents kind of gave you a little bit of a budget for, and you and Justin chipped in as well, or what did that look like?
Yeah.
Through the planning process.
Yeah, so my parents were very generous, and they gave me an X amount of money, and I picked what was most important to me and Justin, and it was quite a process. Wedding planning is a lot, and until you get into it and you realize, it can be very overwhelming. I hired a day of coordinator, so I planned a lot of it by myself. And
So you didn't hire someone, not
no.
a traditional wedding planner
Yeah.
in the sense, a person who
Yeah.
Good
was
for you.
on
She
hand.
kind of stepped in on the day of and helped with the timeline and
Good for you.
things like that. And my mom and I, we kind of
Good for y'all, yeah.
tag teamed and did it together. And yeah.
I've had so many sour experiences with wedding planners.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure there are so many great ones out there and such nice ladies or men. I don't know, but I just
The groomsmen,
They're tough.
and the wedding planner just never go well together.
it's a tough relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the yin and yang there for sure. Just not a great relationship there.
It is.
That's
It's
okay though.
a long process.
Rivalry is old as time.
Yes.
No.
Well, that's good to hear.
Was it challenging to go through the budget and
It was.
flowers? Unbelievable. We talked about this before, but just an absurd expense.
It is.
And for all of you who own flower shops, just kudos. You guys have, and I don't know how much it costs to plant a flower and to grow it, but your markup is unbelievable and good for you. Hey,
Yeah.
you can do it. You
Yeah.
know. And then obviously the venue is pretty costly as well. So
It is. Photography.
yeah. So photography. Bryant actually took our engagement pictures.
Did he really?
Oh.
Yeah, I give him a really hard time for being expensive, and he keeps saying
You look back and
he
you're
keeps
like-
saying no. He said to me multiple times. He's like, "Do you know how cheap that I did it for you?" And I said, "It felt so
It felt-
expensive to me at the time."
Yeah. You really don't realize it, though, until you're in the middle of it. And,
Yeah.
I had friends that had gotten married before, and so, I talked to them a lot about it. But really, it's till you get in, you can't cut out some things. You have to have flowers. You have to have most people want music at the
Yeah.
wedding, and,
Did you go DJ or did you go band?
we went DJ.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
the song of the night? What was the one? Did you
Oh,
look back? You're
man.
like, that was just a memorable.
We did the song Shout,
Oh, nice.
Hands.
a good one.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good one. They got the crowd
Oh, yeah.
involved. That's good.
Timeless.
Yeah.
Very timeless.
Thanks, Anchorman.
I wish I could quote more.
That's a post podcast conversation there.
Okay. When you got married and you started looking at the budget, was there anything specifically that Justin was like, I have to keep this certain subscription, or anything that he buys that you're like, we don't need that? He's like, no, I need this.
We're talking non-wedding budget.
Non-wedding.
Okay, yeah.
Every day.
No,
Not
not
necessarily.
really. No, he's pretty good with his money. He doesn't like to spend a lot, so yeah,
Just wondering.
yeah.
Do you have a vice that
Advice.
that ends up costing more of your fun money?
Like a
Or
Newly? Are you
or do
on
you, okay,
Newly?
first of all, do you keep the
Josie
budget?
on Newly?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's pretty good at it too. Like he knows.
All right, but if you keep the budget, do you have an item there, or a line item that you hide on the budget that
Hand up.
yeah.
Hand up.
Yeah.
No, we're both pretty good at it. I mean, we're still just 2 months in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, for the most part, we're pretty
Transparent.
honest. But,
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty
you know,
honest.
talk about...
That's a very healthy thing, by the way. We're not trying to corner you into anything.
No, but I will say, joint accounts, we have them, but it is kind of nice when you have a small one just for you personally, just for buying gifts and Christmas and things like that. I mean, if he's looking at the credit card statement or your bank account,
True.
What was this for?
I have
That's something to
learned
think about.
girls are so much more generous than guys. I'm like, what is this Amazon thing? Oh, that's a gift. And then the next week, what's this thing from Target? What's this expense? Oh, she just had a baby. It's a gift. I'm like, how many gifts? Like, yeah, I'm happy to celebrate, but there's a lot of celebration going on.
That is very true.
A lot of gifts.
I say this sincerely. The Amazon truck passed our house this weekend on Saturday, passed our house. And I don't think I've ever seen it go past our house and not stop. I genuinely thought he stopped at the next door neighbors, and Jesse was with me, and I said, I think he went too far.
He needs to back up.
Yeah, I think he missed, or because he stopped. I think he stopped and was like, I think I went too far. Like I always stop at their house.
That is awesome.
I know. Even Jesse was like, yeah, I must not have gotten something
Off
today.
my game.
It was hilarious. I mean, I there are handfuls of days that I come home and there's something on the front porch. And we do, okay, to her credit, I mean, we do get like our groceries delivered and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
There's something there often, but it was funny. Do y'all have anything that, and maybe going back to the wedding, do you have anything day of or anything that was an expenditure that you didn't think you were going to incur? Or what was the expenditure where you're like, oh, this is different. This is a lot more than I thought.
I really don't think we did. Ours was, I mean, flowers,
Yeah, buttoned up pretty good.
You don't really know exactly what you're getting, but no, I mean, most of the time you do. I mean, alcohol is a big one if you have alcohol at your wedding and you don't know how much that's going to be, but
Yeah. What'd you do for food?
we had a buffet, so
From?
we had it at the country club.
Oh,
So the country
okay.
club hosted
Country
the
club.
food. Yeah,
Did you get married outside?
we got married in the church.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
got married in the church, and yeah, it was a big deal for them. They don't have a lot of
Yeah, they don't really do that
weddings
much
in
anymore, do they?
churches anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty recent change.
Yeah,
But
it is. It's a big deal in a small town. They repainted all the inside.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, of the foyer part.
Yeah.
Yeah, new furniture.
that's
Got a good
awesome.
excuse, right?
That
Great
is
excuse.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really neat to hear
Yeah.
too.
Did Mickey do that for you?
No. No. We did get married in the church, but
walls,
no,
beige seats.
no, not quite. It was a beautiful wedding, though.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
All right.
know
So
though.
moving on to buying your home, which I know is kind of going back a little bit because you guys ended up being able to buy your house prior, like what, a couple weeks prior to.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You kind
a
of did everything
month.
there in one.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot at once.
What was that process like? Take us end to end there as much as you can.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys had saved up. You'd set a goal. You'd saved up. You got to a point to where you felt comfortable going ahead with that purchase. We're obviously in an interesting interest rate environment.
Yeah, for sure. We both knew that we wanted to buy a house. We started looking, probably 6 months before. We knew what we kind of wanted. We both wanted like a newer construction type home. And really in this environment, there's just not a lot going on. Interest rates are really high and it makes it hard for builders and buyers. And but we knew the area we wanted to be in. And challenges wise, just finding out what size you want, what your budget is. Do you want a smaller yard, a bigger yard? Just kind of finding those balances of what was important to each of us. It was a challenge. So 6 months before, just trying to figure out where we wanted to buy, we had to go through some that didn't work out. And couple that had fell through, and
Some bidding wars.
Just things that just didn't work out. But yeah, a couple months before we finally found something. It was a new build, so was going to be ready a little bit before the wedding, and so we were able to buy the house right before we got married and move in after, and it was a lot. Just, as young adults that hadn't bought a house before, and you're in interest rates that are 7-8%. We didn't have a house. We didn't have any kind of equity that some people and our friends, have. So going in and buying a house now it's not an easy thing to do for a young couple.
Sure.
Right out.
Did it surprise you that it took you as long as it did to find a house, or that there are bidding wars at crazy interest rates?
Yeah,
for
like
we
sure.
Talked about.
I mean, it's crazy to people what they put down, right off the bat, and just to get a house. But yeah, I mean, when we knew we wanted the area. When
you say put down, are you talking about non-refundable deposits?
Yeah, right off the bat. It's just crazy. But we knew where we wanted to be. It's just there aren't a lot of options of houses now. We like the area that we're in, and we found a good subdivision, good friends that live in it. But yeah, it's a process to go through. More stress than I thought, for sure.
So what was that? I mean, what did it look like from the financial perspective? So you guys, was it something where you were looking, you say you're saving, were you saving, to get to, you're obviously saving to get to a certain down payment, but then obviously you have extra costs that always come with that, right?
Right.
Was that, I know you're in the business, so that was probably known by you. But even, just going through it personally, was that a little bit of a shock for you? And, did you go through the pre-approval process? What did all that look like?
Yeah. We had a great lender, Generations Mortgage, Jason Carter.
There you go.
So he was really good with us and walked us through everything. The mortgage side is a lot different than the commercial side, so there were things that I definitely did not know. But we got in with a good builder, and, we got a move-in packet because it was a new house, so washer, dryer, refrigerator, all that kind of stuff was included. So that wasn't any extra cost there, and got a lot of our closing costs paid for through the lender. And
that's great.
So we got really lucky, but depends on how you buy it. It can be very overwhelming and a lot of money that you aren't expecting. If you want to put X amount down and then you go to the closing table and realize you've got $10,000 you've got to pay in closing costs. So It just depends. Kind of if you're educated or not, and if you have a good lender and a good realtor that can really walk you through that information.
Yeah, good. So that helped a lot.
It did.
Yeah, the first time home buying experience is so scary and unknown. And so to be able to say that you're educated and felt okay, you know, at least was good. Jason Carter doesn't mess around.
No,
I remember I sent him, he's like, I need your driver's license and your wife's driver's license. I just sent him a picture from my phone, just emailed it to him. It's like, I can't use JPEGs. You got to send everything PDF. It's like, Jason, we got like 60 days, man. But
it's getting you done.
He got it done, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it definitely helps.
Well, what was more stressful, the wedding planning or the house buying?
Goodness, I don't know.
That's a good one.
Probably the wedding planning, but I will say I thought the buying a house was going to be a breeze and be easy, and for us it was not. We had to go through a lot of houses that didn't work out, and changing lots and changing houses and plans, and it became overwhelming. It was like one day I'd be like talking about wedding, and then it's like, oh, I got to change my brain. Got to talk about the house now.
Different hats.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully you weren't watching too much HGTV throughout that process, because it feels like it just makes things worse.
Yeah,
just
so
expectations just go out the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so easy.
And it's always funny. It's like, they have an interesting job, and then they're looking for like $1.2 million, residents, and they make it. You assume what they make in their job is not enough to buy $1 million house, and there's tons of those memes that come with that. And, it's I do X, Y, and Z, and I'm looking for a $4 million house in the middle of LA.
Yeah.
Like, how?
What?
But anyways, okay. So just maybe some financial advice for anyone who's listening. For some pretty major life decisions and changes that you went through there. On how you think you handled it well, maybe even something you wish you did differently.
Yeah, I think being open and honest up front is the key. If you know what you're getting into, and I think it makes life a lot easier and honestly more fun if you can plan and do things as a team and not independently. Although we were both older when we met and kind of got married, we were kind of set in our ways, but luckily we were able to think the same way, and it made it a lot easier. But really, I don't think there's anything that I can think of off the top of my head that I would really change, because I think just being honest and talking about it up front is really important.
So discussing a budget, you obviously you used a realtor for your house.
We did.
You had a great lender, obviously, that helped you walk through a lot of that different stuff.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And being in the industry just really helped and gave me a lot of information that a lot of people don't have and they don't know, and you don't realize how much you know until you get into it.
Yeah. Are you a crafty negotiator? Did you negotiate on the house?
New build.
Yeah, they have
kind
a
of
lot of
Not
room
room.
there.
Okay, all right.
We've got 150 comps saying this is the price per square foot.
I don't know. I don't know if they enjoy working with, buyers that are lenders, because I knew a lot of questions to ask, And
very good.
So they probably didn't like a lot of my questions.
Stop asking. Yeah.
The tea is spilled.
I actually knew.
That's funny.
I knew what to ask.
That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you feel like, overall it's been pretty rewarding for you guys to feel on the same page financially, because you tackled that subject so early.
Yeah.
And I assume you tackle it often as well, because there's
we do.
going to be, you've gone through multiple changes and there's going to be multiple other changes.
There will be.
I.e. children and what all that comes into.
That's right.
Diapers.
That's right.
Keep that in mind. Diapers.
Expensive.
But... Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate you sharing some advice and your own personal stories as you've walked through that, and you are now on the other side. You're a Tefteller.
Tefteller.
That's right. Financially aware Tefteller.
That's right.
which is a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
if you need any lending needs, Sarah works in Fayetteville.
that's right.
That's right.
So, all right. So we're gonna round this out with a little bit of trivia, wedding trivia. Excuse me.
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm so curious what kind of trivia there could be on, is this ceremonial?
Hey,
How
man.
did this start?
Just hang in there, okay?
I'm just curious.
You're more than welcome to
Who
try
wrote
to
the
answer
article?
this.
Who wrote the article?
Hitched.co.
Okay.
.co.
It's a UK article.
It's
It's all right.
don't believe
Okay.
it.
It's great questions. All right. Why are engagement and wedding rings traditionally worn on the fourth finger?
Ooh, isn't there a artery to the heart?
Yes. Good job. So, ancient Egyptian culture thought that there was a thought. They thought that there was a vein that led to the heart.
There's not?
No, it's not accurate.
No way.
Yeah. All right. Traditionally, what days of the week are believed to be the luckiest and unluckiest?
Ooh.
Day to get married?
Just
Or
in
just
general.
In general?
Yeah, but
especially to get married?
Yeah, especially to get married.
Okay.
A Monday? Nobody wants to get married on a Monday.
So you're saying unlucky would be
Unlucky?
Monday. What would be
Yeah.
your lucky day?
Oh. Friday?
Okay. This may surprise you. Does it
Okay.
surprise me? The luckiest day is Wednesday,
Oh,
hump day.
interesting.
Unluckiest day, the day that probably all of us got married on, Saturday.
They
The-
probably have more
the
statistics on that.
Yeah.
Egyptians came up with that one too.
I don't know about the Egyptians coming up with that one. They did build the pyramids,
We gotta forgive them.
and they're
So I love the pyramids. Sorry.
and their anatomy is not great. But hey,
guess.
I get it. There's blood pumps from the heart.
Yeah.
You have veins in your fingers. I don't think they're super far off. However, not a direct route. Okay. Which? All right. This is a UK article. Remember.
Okay.
Which British royal bride? Are you into the royal stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about
All right, Lucas. I know that. He's just
Yep,
big.
I watched The
big Royal
Crown. I
fan.
watched.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I haven't watched
Which
anything.
British royal bride said her husband's name wrong at the altar?
Ooh.
This foreshadows something, by the way.
That was Diana.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
So
Ouch.
his name is Charles Philip Arthur George, but she said Philip Charles Arthur George.
Oh.
Doomed from the beginning. Doomed from I do.
At least it was the same person. You know, just got the worst flip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're nervous. You're on TV. Is she
Yeah.
on TV? Did they broadcast that one?
Okay. This is a good one. If you know this one, hey man, good for you. Which one of these is not a style of wedding dress? Are you aware of all of the styles of wedding dresses? I assume you went shopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
New York?
No.
Okay.
I wish.
Yeah.
That's another kind of show that's just bogus.
Yeah, it is
The
wild.
wedding dress
Okay.
shopping shows.
All right, I'm going to list the styles.
Okay.
Fishtail, mermaid, flute, and trumpet.
Can I repeat the question?
Yes. So which one of these is not a style of wedding dress?
Oh, it's not.
Yes.
Flute?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Nice.
Great. Would
Yeah,
you
was not. I was just
You
thinking
agree with
about. I was just thinking about the coupling of fishtail, mermaid, flute.
Yeah.
Like
Do
those
you
are
know what-
I
wonderful
don't
things.
know the fishtail one.
do you know what style your wedding dress was? Was it
It's
one
like
of
an
those?
A-line, I think. A-line?
A-line? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't,
I don't know
actually, I
about
don't
that
know.
one.
A line in the
I
sand.
can't. Now you put me on the spot.
That's right, Justin. Well, that's all the trivia that I have for you today. Unless you want to answer a question about Harry and Meghan.
You know that? You
This is a
got one?
British question. Yeah, you know it? All right, let's go for it. What was the flavor of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding cake?
Oh my gosh.
This is
Oh, goodness.
This was
easy.
the one very recently, right? That they broadcasted, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the most recent ones. to get
Harry,
married.
Meghan,
This is what happens when you find
Kate.
a UK article, but
Kate
Kate.
was before.
and William. Boom.
yeah, I mean, you are super knowledgeable about the royal family.
Now their wedding cake flavor.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
is
remember what it
just-
tasted like.
Okay,
Was it
when
like
you were there, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to remember what was that?
One of these, I think, is a pretty normal flavor, but the other one is definitely not what I would consider a normal flavor. And I may be
Like
way
just-
off on this.
Vanilla,
Close.
white almond.
Is that a?
That's what we had.
That's actually wedding
honestly
cake.
did not
is
know that.
almond.
Okay.
Yeah. It was good.
We can see we're spinning our wheels here. So
Chocolate?
all very normal, and I would agree on those answers, but no.
But it's the UK, so no.
Lemon.
Right.
Lemon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not pretty normal.
Yeah.
And elderberry.
Ooh.
I don't
Yeah.
think I know what flavor that is.
I'm sure it was scrumptious.
Oh, it's really good.
Surely.
Another show, Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If there's a baking show, like a baking competition, we're watching it.
yeah. They're honestly it's
love
pretty
those.
great, but it is tough to sit through those and not want
To eat it.
to eat.
Yeah.
The Great Royal Wedding
Yeah.
Baking Show. That would be a good one.
So, next marriage,
Next marriage.
Elderberry.
some lemon and elderberry cake. Give it a try. See how it goes.
Okay.
Or vow renewal. Those are things.
They are.
Anyways, well, Sarah, thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for sharing some information with us today, and for all those out there. And I know that a lot of people may be going through something similar. So
Yeah.
appreciate the advice, and would ditto a lot of what you said.
Thank you for having me.
All right, go Hawks.